जिंदगी से यही गिला है मुझे, तू बहुत देर से मिला है मुझे। तू मोहब्बत से कोई चाल तो चल, हार जाने का हौसला है मुझे। दिल धड़कता नहीं, टपकता है। कल जो ख्वाहिश थी आबला है मुझे। हम सफर चाहिए हजूम नहीं, हम सफर चाहिए हजूम नहीं। एक मुसाफिर भी काफिला है मुझे। कोई कन हो कि कैस, या हो कि फराज। कोई कन हो कि कैस, हो कि फराज। सब में एक शख्स ही मिला है मुझे। Good evening and welcome to Sheetal of Conversation, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. IST show. You are witnessing our 106th illustrious historic conversations. I feel you are doing very well on this Sunday. There has been a huge lull in between, a very extended lull, which extended to the boundaries of time space of around 2.5 months. But yet again, there were some programs which were very popular programs which were rebroadcasted at our YouTube channel. But then again, I feel very sorry and I regret, and there have been many messages by the well-wishers and the followers of Sheetal of Conversations at my messenger, at my other social sites, and telephonically. But there were certain situations which we had to take. In between, our R&D department was working. So it doesn't matter. I mean, what matters finally is the quality, and it takes a long. Sometimes these things happen in life. So once again, this is your host Jugal Koul, welcoming you from the threshold of Sheetalnath Conversations. Once again, we are, face to face with all of you together, and we are going to go and stream and hover and dive into this wonderful mosaic which is known as past, as history, the civilization, the legacy of our this beautiful land which is nestled in the right lap of Himalayas. I hope that you all are enjoying this journey, this voyage, this trip, and we are all exhilarating, and we are searching for the bright spots, but very authentically, very research based, very pragmatically, very with the people who are full of integrity, the public figures, the literateurs, the historians, the traveloguers, all the great people, the personalities, the men in matters who come here. They always come with the great deeper engraved stories from the past, astounding stories from the past, astounding incidents from the past. And that makes Sheetal of Conversation a unique one, a unique voice together, enjoyable, exhilarating, and we can have this bloom, fest of flowers, and we can have the fragrance and aroma. And there are tyrannies and journeys and travelogues and chronicles and art and literature and ecology and musicology, and many monarchies, ecology, ecosystem, cliffs, and the folk tales, the folk memories, the singers, the literatures, the generations of evolutions, the great poets, the great people who have created the Renaissance movement of the bygone centuries, the millennia, impressive millennia, centuries. I think it's always to push forward the brighter spots, because the darkness doesn't give anything. It pushes you back and it takes you back into the very darker side of this picture. So humanity at the end of the day has to move forward and look forward and bring forth these brighter spots from the past, and this in a way psychologically, physically, sociologically elevates our self-esteem, takes us to a very different plane and different, we garner many metaphors, many beautiful things which we don't know, especially our youngsters who are very much not interested into the history, to make them interested into the history, into the art, into the culture of the past in this part of the country, which has always been known, time immemorially been known as a crown and cradle of India, a place, a stream from where the streams and streams of knowledge from Indic civilization has gone across the globe to up to the Russia, Europe, even Far East, and this Caspian Sea. And you can, if you travel back in time into the medieval and into the ancient times, you could see that we have the similar, where the sun worshipping is the same in the Iran, now Iran, and we have the same Mesopotamian civilization. There are similarities, and post-Roman civilization and pre-Roman civilization, post-Indus Valley civilization and pre-Indus Valley civilization. Kashmir stands as a fulcrum, an epicenter of Indic civilization and motif, which tells, which garners all the dimensions of this, the great ingredients of our wonderful bloom of civilizations. And it is a synthesis which happens at many points like Punjab and other places, but in Kashmir has time immemorially been a very special place as far as Indic civilization goes. And Indic civilization has a story to tell of because at one point of time the central regions, the South Asia, Central Asia, during times of Kushans, Huns, this was all Indic civilization spread all over. And Kashmir was part of it, but it had a very bestowed and a very blessed corner somewhere, which has kept its identity alive over the declines and spreads of greatest empires in this subcontinent, Indic subcontinent. And it holds to it, and it has given to the world. This has been a passage through which the world, the Silk Road people, not only business, but business of spirituality, business of life, art, culture, wisdom, have gone through and have been interchanged through Kashmir. Kashmir has remained as I said, an epicenter of all this. So today we are going to talk all about Kashmir. Once again, we have been talking about all in these conversations. I have brought the very elevated guests who have been talking about the times of Kumarajivi and times of many people like Sharangdev, whose generations went from here and they built the Hindustani Karnataka Gharana music, and then lot many people, the monks and the people, all the branches of this Indic civilization. Maybe it was known as Buddhism or Shivism or Krishna Bhakti period, Rama Bhakti period, or the Shakta period. It has always been an amalgam, and it has all the branches have been illuminating and sending these great vibrations to the rest of the world for the betterment of the humanity. And we could see from the times of I don't need to score it over and over again. Abhinav Gupta, Kumarajivi, and all these people, the great Shambhudeva, Somadeva, and all the great aesthetics being written here, all the literature being written here, and contribution to the Sanskrit, contribution to the art, contribution to the music, contribution to the medicine, and this what do you call it? The sciences, the other sciences, other faculty of sciences, besides the flora, fauna, and besides many other aspects. You can see from the Chadak to the other people, the grammarians and other grammarians from this place. And this has been a kind of a point where the seat of learning. So I will not be going much ahead of this, because today is a very important and a very fascinating topic we are going to talk about today. A conversation which is going to talk about Kashmir's role in the Indic civilization. All the layers, layer by layer, its elements and its dimensions, its bloom, its spectrum, its all mosaic, the color, the hues, all kind of things we're going to explore one by one. And today with us in our studio is none other than Avtar Mota ji himself. And Avtar Mota ji, I don't think he needs an introduction. Avtar Mota ji is already a very global phenomenon. He has written, his blog runs into the millions of viewers, and people all over the globe watch it. It is predominantly about the art, literature, history, folk life, culture, tradition, stories, anecdotes, of Kashmir, not only Kashmir, the rest of the world as well. They're joining Kashmir and the rest of the world. He has been a traveler, has written many travelogues in America and France and any Far East and many parts of the world. And his whole this blog has been popular because of its authenticity, because of he dives very deep. He has a very keen eye, a very observant, intelligent eye, to bring forth something very astounding from the given spectrum of the knowledge, and it doesn't remain an information, becomes a knowledge and then becomes a wisdom. So he is a man who has been in the banking business, and he was a banker and served in a very senior position in the bank. And then his blog is very popular. He's a very well-known author, and he is a traveler, and a photographer, and a poet. And I think he has written many books. Many of his shows have been conducted. He is one of the main pillar of Sheetalnath Conversations, and he has been coming time and again on the show to interact with you and tell you something about the great stories, especially his books, Tulips and the Snowstorms, and Landscape and the Lament, about the painter, and the essays which may change your belief. It's a very astounding subject itself, and there are many blocked memories which have been given to us from word of mouth. But certainly he challenges it as an author, as a researcher. He challenges it. Then his book reviews and the books you might have missed, the most selected books for which he has done the reviews, and then many things about the jewel and crown, the Kashmir, the crown, jewel crown of the Indic civilization, and many other things, the frozen lake, and many. He is writing. There are many books. A number of books, has written a number of articles, hundreds of articles into the magazines of great repute in India and abroad. As I said, he's a widely traveled. He's an authentic, encyclopedic researcher, parallel to the academic research. His research is not biased. It is very authentic. He deciphers a point and then he goes very deeper into. He has a very special art. Rather, he has developed it with his diligence, but somewhere down the line it is bestowed also on him. So I have not too much to say about. So today we are going to open up our today's topic, Kashmir's bearing on the Indic civilization, and we can say the vice versa also. Indian, in a way it was all connected. This whole entire subcontinent was connected, and Kashmir had always a very special place. And so let's welcome into studio with warm heart our guest, Avtar Mota ji. Mota Sahab, you are welcome. Mota Sahab, you are welcome to the Sheetalnath Conversations.
Namaskar.
Sunday evening, 7 p.m. IST show. I hope you are doing very well, and it's a really great privilege and great honor to have you with us, and once again enlighten us and enrichen us with your research, especially when we talk about today's topic, Kashmir and its bearing on the Indic civilization.
Thank you. Kashmir, I will begin. Where does Kashmir exist in Indian classics, ancient classics? I will begin with that.
Yes,
Then
that is
we'll
why
discuss.
I wanted to know that how far and how deep into the history and how far in the geography is the mention of Kashmir in the chronicles and annals of world history.
I'll begin this discussion with that only. Then you can ask me questions about Kashmir's contribution. Let us see where Kashmir exists in Indian epics. The biggest epic of India is Mahabharata.
Yes.
If you go through the Mahabharata, are you getting echo? Some echo?
No, I don't find any. You have some echo there?
I have some echo. No problem. Then. No problem. I thought you may be also getting this echo.
I don't know. I mean, how can we check it? It happened earlier also. I don't want this show to be spoiled like that. But I don't find any echo here.
Okay, then there is no problem.
My voice is echoed or your voice is echoed?
My voice is echoed.
Oh
Do you listen? Any echo? Do you get any echo?
No, no, I don't get it echo. But last
Then
time
there
it
is no
also.
problem.
Okay, okay.
So
A bit louder.
we'll begin with Mahabharata,
Okay.
a part of Aryavrata. That India is known as Mahabharata Aryavrata. Kashmir exists as a part of Aryavrata. If you see the Jarasandh Vad Parva in Mahabharata, if you see Jarasandh Vad Parva, you will find Arjuna defeats the king of Kashmir on as a part of Yudhishthira's army.
Okay.
Then we have King Gonanda of Kashmir, who was killed in the battlefield by Sri Krishna. Mahabharata. Balrama, yes.
Yeah.
And you have heard Draupadi. Another name of Draupadi is Panchali.
Panchali, yes.
Panchali is daughter of King Draupadi. And the king ruled Panchal area. Panchal area is present day Pir Panchal.
Okay.
So Mahabharata is very close to Kashmir. This Mahabharata region. Then if you come to Nilmat Purana, it's already a book that mentions only Kashmir because it has been written in Kashmir.
Yashomati and Yashomati. It opens with the killing of Gonanda. Yeah.
In respect of Puranas, Kashmir finds abundant mention in Matsya Purana, Vayu Purana, Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, and Vishnu Dharmotra Purana. Kashmir is abundantly mentioned in. Then we have Brahat Samhita. In Kashmir, we used to say Brahat Samhita. Kashmir, its tribes, its climate, trees is mentioned in Brahat Samhita. Raj Tarang is, of course, certainly is only Kashmir. The Sharda Stotram of India begins with Namaste Sharda Devi, Kashmir Purvasini. So it begins with Kashmir only. Sharda Stotram. Then we have Charak Samhita, abundant mention of Kashmir, because Charaka, Maharishi Charaka was from Kashmir. Then we have Lagu Yog Vashishta or Yog Vashishta. It also has mention of Kashmir. Katha Sarit Sagra. Yes, it has abundant mention of Kashmir. Now, leave India, come out of India. See the Tibetan books. If you read them in translation, you find Kashmir there. If you read the Korean books, you find Kashmir there. If you read books written in Central Asia, you find Kashmir mentioned there. Some Japanese books mention Kashmir. Some books written in Mongolia mention Kashmir. To know this, you must read books of Dr. Lokesh Chandra, eminent scholar. Yes. Kashmir is mentioned in Vedas. Rig Veda mentions it clearly. Kasmira, Kasmir. It mentions Kasmira.
It's same as in Purana.
The land of beauty and abundance, it says, is Kashmira. And then Vitasta, you find Vitasta is mentioned in Vedas. Mahabharata, it is mentioned repeatedly. It is mentioned in Rig Veda. Bhagavad Gita doesn't mention Kashmir directly, but Acharya Abhinav Gupta has written a commentary. Yes, he has written a commentary, Gita Artha Samagraha. He has connected Kashmir's Shaivism, Shaiva metaphysics with yoga of Bhagavad Gita. Then we find in Mahabharata that Gonanda's grandson, Damodara, was killed by Sri Krishna, and his widow was made queen of Kashmir by Sri Krishna. So Kashmir is everywhere mentioned.
She in a way she becomes the first queen of the world, first who inherits the throne.
Yes. That is where Kashmir is mentioned, not only in Indian books, not only in Indian epics, but in some books which had some Kashmir connection. Books of those countries like China, Tibet, some Central Asian countries, even Korean countries, 2 books. Japanese,
Okay.
2 books. The Kashmir is mentioned there.
So, I mean, it is periodicity is almost, I mean, it is in the medieval times and the ancient times and
Ancient
historical
times and medieval time. Yes,
even
we are
in
only discussing the ancient and medieval times.
even in Avtarji, for that matter, even in historical times as well. I mean, during especially Pratap Singh's rule, all the authors in collaboration with the great scholars from Kashmir, they all revived this entire
Yes,
the
the
ancient
civilization
literature.
thoughts.
Yeah, Erlstein was there, Bernier was there, and many people they had come, almost many authors.
Yes,
Yeah, but I want to now let's slightly expand this conversation further. Let's think about the contribute. It is always being said by everyone that Kashmiris have a great. Kashmiri means the people who live in Kashmir, whether the three
right.
generation, fourth generation, or five generation. They had the predominant role in the scriptures, Sanskrit scriptures, ancient Sanskrit scriptures, sacred scriptures, and literature of the country.
I during my visit to America, I
Yeah.
talked to professor who knows Sanskrit,
Okay.
who teaches Sanskrit, who knows Sanskrit. He told me not only India, if you remove the contribution of Kashmiris to the Sanskrit literature of the world, 50% of literature will go, vanish.
Very wonderful.
So
That's so.
50% of Sanskrit literature created in the world has come from Kashmir only. Whether it is in the field of poetry, history,
Aesthetics, drama.
aesthetics, logic, this medicine, music, rhetorics, philosophy, grammar, translation, drama. Kashmiris have contributed in Sanskrit literature more than 50%. What is available presently? More than
That's a
50%.
that's a very sizable, very sizable, very significant contribution.
For
And people,
for month or so during last year, I was numbering the people who have contributed. I calculated 700 scholars from Kashmir, right from ancient times up to the Lohara dynasty. They have done immense work in Sanskrit. Some are not known to people, some are known. I will name some prominent,
yeah,
like
please.
Vasu Gupta,
Vasu Gupta,
Abhinav
Shahbazan.
Gupta, Khem Raja, Utpal Deva, Khemendra, Bilhana, Kalhana. Bilhana, I will say, a movie has been made in the south on Bilhana. But many people in Kashmir do not know who is Bilhana. Kalhana, Soma Deva, Sharang Deva,
Sharangadeva.
Bhatha, Narayana, Jayanta Bhatha, Rajanka Bhatha, Shiva Swamin, Srivara, Balata, Vamana, Jonaraja, Anandavardhana, Udpata, Kuntala, Mahima Bhatha, Tilhana, Abhinanda Bhatha, Panini, Bhatha Shambhu, Charaka, Bahama, Gopendra, Jalhana, Rudrata, Kuntaka, Mamata, Valadeva, Dandin, Shambhunatha, Vasundara, Kavi Chandrika, Varamihira, Vishakila, Vaman Gupta, Manoratha, Padma Gupta, poetess Vijayka. There has been a woman also, Vijayka, from Kashmir, Sanskrit poetess. Sabar Swami, Bhatha Naika, Bhatha Tauta, Hemachandra, Vidyadhara, Rajashekara, Narendra, Royaka, Sri Sankuna, Lolata, Somendra, Chakrapala. So many, Vijayratha, Ratnakara, Harshita, Rajanka, Kirtidhara. So I can go on counting, but
List
more
is
than
endless.
700 I have found. The list is endless. These people have contributed in every field. They have not left any field.
And it is very astounding and very profound knowledge, especially when we talk about Maharishi Chadak and Panini, the grammarian.
Yes.
Why even Europeans, Americans, the research centers, they are very much amazed by this, by consonants and by the grammar, by the syntax which Panini has established in those times. It is something very amazing. Even somebody was telling me that even the present day computer resonance is something similar to what Panini had given. I mean,
Panini
at
has
present.
drawn a grammar Ashtadhyayi,
Ashtadhyayi.
and nobody has done this work in the Sanskrit so far. What Panini did, Panini belonged to Kashmir.
Panini belongs to Kashmir, and even the Chadak and the surgeon who was one of the famous surgeon.
We'll come to medicine separately.
Acha, separately. Okay. Let's go to the. That was an art scene. But yes, would you? You told about some scriptures like Mahabharata, like we know that the dramaturgy. Abhinav Bharati, it was a translation by this, Abhinav Gupta on this Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, and many things they have done. Great works. Some you have mentioned the special subjects as well, and special very popular scripture. Even if we go to the medieval times, the Kalidasas, Shakuntalam, Meghadutam,
there are some scholars who say that Kalidasa was from Kashmir. It has not been conclusively established. But whatever scenario he is presenting through poems, he talks about Kesar. Kesar is only in Kashmir. He talks about fruits. He talks about snow. He talks about mountains. He talks about streams. So it is presumed there has been research also that Kalidasa is from Kashmir.
Mohan Rakesh, this most popular play, people who know are from theatre, they understand. Ashad Ka Ek Din, he presents Kalidasa there, and Kalidasa in Kashmir, and she's the Malini is waiting there and something like that. And Shakuntalam, the scenic, the scenario, the flowers.
Kashmir?
That's Kashmir. Anyway, let's slightly propel ahead. Let's come to the art. Art, you have a very special hand on the art, and you have been researching over the years about art in Kashmir. From Burj Khalifa to the present day, we had a one conversation with you, and we even had the conversations about Kashmiris, role of Kashmiris in the freedom struggle of India, and role of Kashmiris in the film industry, and it was very revealing information which you gave. So let's talk about the art part, the contribution of Kashmiris in the Indic art, shades of art.
Yes, I will tell you. Not only Indic, Kashmiris have contributed to the development of art in India, especially the Pahari art.
Okay.
84 Kashmiris belonging to Raina and Razdan clan. They have almost revolutionized the Pahari art in Western Himalayas. You can say,
Himalayas.
yes, Basoli, Nurpur, Kangra, Guler, Chamba, Nagrota. These Pahari art created in these hill kingdoms, they was mostly contributed by Kashmiris.
Trikuta hills, Trikuta terrains.
Not Trikuta, Western Himalayas.
The Western Himalayas all.
Yes, Jasrota
Shivalik,
yes.
Shivalik and
This is Pahari art is one area because somewhere during the Pathan rule or before that, when Mughals left Kashmir, Mughals patronized art in Kashmir. When Mughals came, they took up many Kashmiri artists with them. Mughals were doing a workshop type of thing. Not one artist was painting. Supposing you had to create a painting, it was entrusted to a karkhana. Karkhana had one person who would prepare the outline, another person would mix colors, another person would create birds and flowers. So 6-7 people would sit and create a painting. As of now, presently, only one artist does everything. So, in that karkhana, Kashmiri artists were employed as Tarhi Khans. Tarhi Khans means those who draw the outline.
Outline, okay.
Tarhi Khans. Tarhi Khan. Tarhi means the outline. You have heard the Tarhi Mushaira. You are given an outline and you have to go write on it. So the Tarhi Khan was always a Kashmiri. And the others who prepare colors, fill colors, make birds, they were others, helpers. Unfortunately, what happened? Dr. Goswami, He
Yeah, from
discovered
India.
Punjab, from Punjab. He did a excellent research on
Mansukh.
Pahadiya. He
Pahadiya.
almost discovered Nansuk. He almost discovered Shivrana. He almost discovered Manaku. Every work he discovered. But but when he went to Haridwar, he discovered Nansuk signature on a
Okay.
Bahi of a Panda. He located Nansuk from a Bahi of a Panda in Haridwar. And Nansuk had written there, Nansuk Tarkhan. Nansuk
Tarkhan.
was the Pandit Shiv Tarkhan.
Shivrana.
Tarkhan is not carpenter. Many art critics immediately jumped and started writing that they are carpenters, they are not Kashmiri Pandits. They belong to a generation of carpenters, they are not.
Tarkhan
Basically,
is Karigar.
no, I said we clarified that it's a Tarhi Khan,
Oh,
the person who
Acha,
draws
Tariq
the
Khan. You were
outline.
just explaining, yeah.
who draws the outline.
So that is
Because
it has the Mughal connotations.
Yes, in Mughal
Persian
period, in Mughal period, we had a Brahmin, Manohar Tarkhan, prominent artist of Mughal Karkhana, Manohar Tarkhan.
Oh,
So
that's a very important point.
Nansuk also adopted this Tarkhan, Nansuk Tarkhan. So many people started writing, they are not Kashmiri, they are Tarkhans. So let's come to the basic issue.
Mota
Kashmiri
Sahab, just a minute. This voice is now fine?
Now it's
Sounds
fine.
Okay.
Do you get any echo?
No, I don't get. You have some echo there?
I find maybe, what is the reason?
No, it has happened earlier also. I don't want it repeated. But anyway, let's leave it to the God. What can be done?
I can't help it, I find some echo coming, maybe it is not there. Now listeners will say.
Okay.
Kashmir spread its art in two directions. One towards the Western Himalayas. Second, the Kashmiri artists were engaged in painting monasteries of Ladakh, especially Alchi,
Alchi
Ladakh,
Monastery. Yes, there are.
Tipat, Central Asia. If you see the wall paintings of Central Asia, especially Turfan, Miran, Kizil, Xinjiang, these caves and wall paintings, you find Kashmiri art. What exactly happened when Dalai Lama and his all people came to India? They brought many paintings along with them. A lot of paintings they brought from the Gompas, from the monasteries that were precious, they brought with them. When the art critics in India saw these paintings, they said that these are pictorial representation of the bronze sculptures of Kashmir.
Oh.
These tankhas, these wall paintings, these Buddhist manuscripts, the pictures revealed in them, they are exactly the pictorial representation of the bronze sculptures created in Kashmir during 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th century. Since Kashmir, we don't have Kashmir paintings. Obviously, the Kashmiri temples were demolished. They were razed to the ground. The paintings in ancient period, there were no museums. Where to keep paintings? They are only kept in temples. When you demolish temple, the paintings are gone. There is no, even wall paintings are gone. So, the Kashmiri painting only survives as on date in monasteries of Alchi, Tibet, Central Asia.
Monasteries.
Tholing is a monastery, a big monastery in Tibet. Kashmiri paintings are on wonders there. They have painted the walls, they have painted the manuscripts. They were engaged by the king of Tibet, brought from Kashmir to paint them. Like in Central Asia, they went to Central Asia, they went to Miran, they went to Turfan, they went to many places. So Kashmiri artists have not only contributed across the Himalayas, across the Pamir, in Central Asia, but in the Western Himalayas also. Western Himalayas, the Pahadi art has enormous contribution of Kashmiris, especially from the Rana and Razdan family of art clans headed by Shivrana, and Shivrana's progeny consisting of 84 painters spread over a period of 150 years or 200 years. They almost revolutionized entire Pahari art in the paintings.
They went to this probably, that was the area, the Basoli, like this Nansuk, he
Yes,
lived in Basoli later.
I worked in Basoli.
Okay.
There is one family, Razdan family. They are not Kashmiri speaking. Very since
Old.
18th, 17th century, they are living in Basoli. I inquired. They told me that this family, they were the painters. They were the Raj Purohits of the king of Basoli.
Oh.
They have enormous land. One lady from that family was made MLC by Bakshi Ghulam Ahmad. That period. So that is the proof that contribution of Kashmiris. In Pahari art, contribution of Kashmiris in the paintings, wall paintings, murals, and manuscript creation of Tibet, Ladakh, Central Asia,
Monasteries. Yeah.
monasteries.
So that's so wonderful. And when we go deeper into the, as you rightly said, that this Mughals used them as Kashmiris, and naturally Mughals were that time rulers
Yes,
of the
yes.
Delhi.
I will tell you. There is a theory also. There is a theory also. An English art critic has written, British art critic has written that Shiv Rana went along with Mughals. His father or grandfather has gone along with Mughals to some Mughal court.
Okay.
When the Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali invaded Delhi, there was confusion. Many artists who were working with Mughals, they went right and left to any kingdom they could find. Delhi was mess. They almost created mess.
Miserable.
It is believed that the ancestors of Shiv Rana were working with Muhammad Shah Rangile.
Muhammad Shah Rangile.
They were the court painters because Shiv Rana has picked up the Mughal naturalism in his paintings. You find these Rana family brought Mughal naturalism to Pahari art.
Paintings, indigenous
Pahari art, and that can only come with their association with Mughals. And a British art critic has written that, in his opinion, this Rana Razdan family, their ancestors, or maybe Shiv Rana, he has come from Mughal family. Some Mughal court he has come. First they have gone from Kashmir to some Mughal court, or after that when Ahmad Shah and Muhammad, this Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali invaded Delhi, so many artists, musicians left. They went to Himalayas, they went to hills. That is it.
I mean, yes, that's so wonderful. I mean, we can go on and on, but we have time limitations. And then certainly we could, I mean, it is really, very enriching experience to have this lot of information which you are just conveying to us. First of all, I'd like to say, let's now go back to the script, the Kashmiris, the development of the script. As they say that it's an Indo-Aryan, I mean, that is the Western view is Dardik, Sanskrit, Punjabi, and all this amalgam is Kashmiri, which later on became Kashmiri. But coming to its root and its contribution to Sanskrit and prehistoric times or medieval times or even the ancient times, how do you, Avtarji, how do you look at this contribution of the evolution of languages, Indic languages, vis-a-vis Kashmir?
I will tell you something interesting, very interesting. 2018, 19, and yet 17 also. I used to live in Upper Manhattan, New York. Upper Manhattan. We had a dry cleaning shop over there, just close to the apartment there where we used to live. So one day I went to the dry cleaning shop. That dry cleaning man was a friend. I had befriended him, talking to him. I had time. Sir. I saw a photograph in a calligraphic style hanging on his shop. It looked like Sanskrit. Something had been written by the Japanese dry cleaning shop man in Sanskrit. I told him, what is this? What language is it? He said, this is Siddham. Some Kashmiri gave Japan.
Oh.
So then I went to a Japanese family and saw it is a privilege for them. They think it respect to hang some calligraphy written in Siddham in their drawing room, in their place where they perform puja or where they sit. The Siddham calligraphy of Japan has gone from Manjushri is the person, Kashmiri
Manjushri.
scholar, Kashmiri linguist who has gone to Japan and who has given them the Siddham script. It is based on Sharda. Some alphabets are Sharda, from Sharda script. So the Siddham, so the sacred Siddham script of Japan comes from Kashmir, and Kashmiris have given it.
Even for that matter, I can see I have studied it, Gurmukhi in Punjabi.
Gurmukhi, certainly, you have
Is
some
a
common
Sharda.
alphabet. I was going to tell it. Gurmukhi has come from Sharda. Sharda, of course, naturally Kashmiris have helped to devise a script for Gurmukhi. Then you have Bodhi.
Bodhi, yeah.
The Kashmiris have given the script to the Tibet. The Kashmiri scholars have given this. They didn't have a script. They have given the script to the Tibetans.
Before
Then
Bodhi, they say
Takri.
Takri, Pishach.
In hills, you find in many hills of Jammu, many hills of Himachal, many ancient books are written in Takri script. It has common with Sharda. So, in my study, I found Bodhi, Gurmukhi, Takri, and Siddham. Enormous contribution of Kashmiris in development of these scripts.
Sharda. Yes, yes. I was also amazed to look at some letters in Gurmukhi, and I probably thought that somewhere down the line they have a common convergent route. From where it is, we don't know. Avtari, let's now slightly move down to Buddhism. Buddhism in Kashmir, it was always thought to be Buddha was always considered to be the carnation of Vishnu, like Rama and Krishna. So it is one branch from this Vedic tree, the big trunk tree, Vedic tree. Let's talk about Kashmir. We have a number of stories. We have very prominent personalities like Kumarajivi and many people like that who have contributed a lot. And there are very unknown these travelers who went from here to the Central Asia and China in spreading this knowledge. But let's now understand how Kashmiri, in a very wider scope, what significance did this Kashmiri play in this entire bandwagon of Buddhism and its cultural dimension, its linguistic dimension, its scenic dimension to the world.
Before I tell you about that, the Buddhism, I want to tell you one thing more. The concept of Vasudev Kutumbakam. The entire universe world is a family.
Yes.
Was given to Darashiko by a Kashmiri Pandit. His teacher was a Kashmiri Pandit. Do you know? Chandraban Brahmin. He would write, Chandraban Brahmin was teacher of Darashiko.
Darashiko was a great scholar.
The taste for Vedas, the taste for Upanishads, the
Translations he did.
translation of Upanishads, and the universal knowledge of all religions was transferred to Darashiko by Kashmiri Pandit only. So Kashmiri Pandits not only given Buddhism to the Central Asia, to China, to Tibet, but also contributed towards the concept of Vasudev Kutumbakam in the country, in this the subcontinent.
And Buddhism was nothing. It was one stream of Hinduism at the end. Indic civilization.
Now coming to Buddhism, it is believed, Kalhana also writes that Nagarjuna was born in Kashmir. Even R.C. Cart has found out his house also in Harvan. That excavation, he said that this is the house of
Harvan tiles are very famous. Yeah.
Yes, Kalhana devotes 2 verses to saying clearly that Nagarjuna is from Kashmir. We have not done any research on it. We have not done any research. About Buddhism, I will say the Mahayana Buddhism
Mahayana was addition.
that went to Central Asia. that went to China, that went to Tibet, that went to Ladakh, only carried by Kashmiri Pandits, savants and sages.
And in like what is up like yeah, that's a wonderful, I mean, amazing stories, but amazing happenings in the past. But what I'm saying is that the om, like we have Jainism, we have om. It is said that Mahayana in
Yes,
Buddhism, Mahayana was the kind of a motif of a Buddhism where the Om came to prominence. I don't know. You can just clear it
nee,
to some.
I'll tell you before that, I'll tell you something interesting.
Okay,
The Bamayana monastery, that
Bomian,
was
Afghanistan.
that was Afghanistan, that was demolished, almost destroyed totally
Ah,
during the Taliban rule. There were Kashmiri Pandits inside teaching Buddhism, teaching Buddha philosophy, teaching Mahayana in Bamyana. In Navbahara, Central Asia, there were Kashmiri Pandits. They were known as Parmukhs. In
Prabhupada.
these, when Islam came to Central Asia, they saw these Kashmiri Pandits. They were known as Parmukhs in Buddhist language. That means head, who knew 2-3 languages apart from Sanskrit. They knew Persian also. They knew some other language also. But they were teaching Buddhism. There were about 40 to 50 Parmukhs in Navvihara. When Islam arrived in Central Asia, there were clear directions from Abbasid Caliphate in Iraq that if you find any Parmukh, don't kill him, bring him here. We will use him for translation.
I mean, those were very wise people
So,
in that way.
so the Parmukhs of Bamyan, Parmukhs of Navvihara were captured. They were brought to Abbasid Caliphate. They were given a respectable place. Their knowledge was used to translate many Sanskrit books into Arabic and Persian. They were paid money. And Parmukh, Parmukh in Arabic, there is no P. The word P doesn't exist. They say
He
B.
doesn't have.
If they have to say pen, they will say ban. Arabic.
Ben.
So P. So they were known in the Arab world. They were known as Barmikis. They were actually Parmukhs. They became Barmukhs. Then Barmikis. Then Barmicides. Some of the
Barmicides.
Barmicides became governors, and they were held in very high esteem. Of
Because of
course,
their
they
knowledge.
certainly became Muslims later on. They embraced Islam, but they became governors. They were held in very high esteem. These were people who went from Kashmir, across the Pamir, across the Himalayas, and spread Buddhism through monasteries in Central Asia, in Tibet, China, in Leh. They even went up to Korea. There is a
Yes,
there is a book written by Lokesh Chandra. He mentions that a Kashmiri Brahmin named Tyag Badra suggested to the name Seoul to the king of South Korea, new capital's name. So this Seoul is suggested to the king by a Kashmiri Brahmin named Tyag Badra,
by Kashmir.
Brahmin who had gone there to spread Buddhism. And this fact, he
That's
says, is
something great.
mentioned
That's very,
in South
very
Korean
to be
books
proud
also.
of. I mean, I think this is not only Kashmiri Brahmins should be proud of, it should be across our religions, because we were all Kashmiri Brahmins at that time, whether we were preaching Buddhism, then they converted to Islam. I mean, we, at the end of the day, it was the same race. So everybody should be proud of it. It is not only that we talk about sectarianly that Kashmir.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Every
Everybody is
Kashmiri should be proud of that.
their
How rich
ancestry.
our past was. How rich our past was.
So, Avtarji, I mean, this is a very interesting topic. I would like to go on and on that, but then again, we have to see the, time constraint as well. And maybe at the end of the end of this loop, we'll come back to some bits here and there. But I would now to come down to you for this architecture part. Brahminical, Gandhara, Laltaditya period. We have still some temples in Kashmir and Manwal and the outer periphery of Kashmir in those times. But their contribution Avantivarman's time especially, their contribution or their bearing on the Indic architecture. Because I know the Indic architecture is very vast. If we go from the central India to the southern India to the Vijayanagari to the eastern India to the Odisha and to the Kamayakhi Mandir and that architecture and to the western part. So it is all even in ancient times before the invasions. It had very divergent kind of things. So I want to know about Kashmir's bearing on this architectural part and sculptural part. Let's combine both. Yeah, architectural and sculptural part of the Vedic, the Indic civilization.
In the Himalayan Museum of Art in New York, there's a booklet, small booklet, that about history of Mongolia, and you have some Mongolian paintings also. You have some Mongolian sculptures also. If you see the Mongolian paintings, you will come to know that they are as good as Kashmiri paintings.
Okay.
In that book, I read the Madam Indri was Prime Minister of Mongolia. She has said to a delegation of Indian scholars who visited Mongolia in 1959 or 60. So I am not sure about the year. That Kashmiri came to our country with Shilp Shastras. The house construction of Mongolia is based on what Kashmiris brought through Shilp Shastra.
And
So you need to read books written in other countries. How will you come to know this fact? You will read books written in Kashmir. They don't know. They don't find these things there. That means Kashmiris who carried Shilp Shastras to Mongolia, the house construction, the palace construction, the monasteries
Vastu and the design and the aesthetics.
Shilp Shastras carried by Kashmiris to Mongolia. Coming to second thing, there are two German scholars, authentic scholars, who say that Bharata Muni, the author of Nati Shastra, is a Kashmiri. They have conclusively proved it. I read the essay. There is no time, not much time here at this moment, but they said Bharata Muni is a Kashmiri. If this is true, then your entire sculpture in the subcontinent is based on Kashmir, what Kashmir gave to the world.
Nati Shastra.
Because Nati Shastra defines the sculpture.
It defines sculptures. Yes.
How you create poses of a sculpture, face of a sculpture, postures of a sculpture. It is not just you draw expressions. It is not just you cut a stone and draw an image. Because if you have seen, if there is a woman in a sculpture, she has a Dibanga, Tribanga, Atibanga, Sambanga posture. One leg is bent, two legs are bent, head is slightly bent, bosom is protruding. These are postures of drawing. You can draw a Nartaki, Devi on these postures. So if that is true, if Kashmir gave Nati Shastra to the world, then Kashmir gave everything. Nati Shastra is in Southeast Asia. You have all sculptures based on Nati Shastra. And then the best commentary on Nati Shastra has come from Abhinav Gupta. That is considered to be the Veda. Abhinav Bharati is considered to be the Veda.
Fifth Veda. That's a fifth Veda.
So a Kashmiri has given the best commentary on Nati Shastra to the world. And as per German scholars, Nati Shastra has come from Kashmir. So there is no need to discuss anything further.
But there are missing links in between. I mean, it needs exploration, a lot of exploration and research in that direction. But yes, certainly, I think somewhere down the line, as you said, the 50% of literature and our sacred scriptures, they have been contributed by Kashmiris, and certainly it won't amaze me if we could say that Nati Shastra, the Bharat Muni, was from Kashmir, or he was somewhere down the line linked to the Kashmir, connected to the Kashmir.
I will tell you, the Kashmiri sculptures are running parallel with the bronze sculptures of South. When South had bronze sculptures, Kashmir had highly developed bronze sculptures already.
Terracotta and then bronze and
Yes, bronze metallic sculptures of Kashmir.
metallic structures, yes, bronze sculptures. Miniature, yeah. There's lot many. I've read about it. There's lot many this bronze based sculptures that came from this ruins of Kashmir when they
Yes.
tried to archaeological survey of India.
Actually, Kashmir achieved its pinnacle of glory during the Karkota, Utpala, and of course
Lalta
some Lohara kings.
Avantivarman also.
The best period of Kashmir's art, glory of
Karkota.
Kashmir art,
Korkotus.
Karkotas were the masters, Laltaditya and others, and then Avantivarman, Shakkarvarman. This was the
Shakkarvarman.
glorious period for art, crafts, and manuscript development in Kashmir.
It is
Translation of Kashmir.
it is even said that when Laltaditya went and he invaded he went up to the south of India, and while coming back he brought this great luminaries from the Ujjaini court. Ujjaini and other many places,
Wherever
and
he
he
could
brought
find
the
a,
wealth.
where
He built the
could find a
viharas.
person, he would.
Yes,
And then
certainly. He
Laltaditya
was
had respect for both, for Hinduism as well as Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Because by that time, Buddha was treated as an avatar of Vishnu.
Avatar of Vishnu, yes. Certainly. Avatar of Vishnu he was.
And by that time, Kashmir had a well-developed practice of worshipping Harihara. Harihara images you can see in Kashmir.
Yeah,
Harihara means Vishnu and Shiva together.
together.
There is no need to worship Vishnu separately. There is no need to worship Shiva separately. Har means Shiva, Hari means Vishnu. Harihara means Vishnu and Shiva together. One image they created. It started from the Karkota period, worshipping of Harihara in Kashmir.
What amazes me, Mota Sahab, I think you can give a reply to this. What amazes me that Buddhism was completely eloped from the terrains of not only Kashmir in the northern India. After probably 9th, 10th century, probably it had a very vast decline. I mean, you can see it everywhere.
Because this religion laid more stress on peace,
Yes.
non-violence.
And then violence came in.
And by the time violence came, invasion started coming from 11th century. So this religion could not stand there. And then more important is that Hindus of India owned it totally. They considered Gautama as an avatar of Vishnu.
As Avatar of Vishnu.
There is no need of separate religion.
There is, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. They're part of this entire Indic bandwagon, this whole Indic philosophy. One philosophy is that
There are many other reasons, but two reasons are prominent. One is the owning of Gautama as avatar of Vishnu. Second is the invasions that started to India from the 11th century. They had to be fight.
you know, it all happened when Ashoka surrendered, and finally he said that Buddham Sharmam Gacchami. But one thing is, then when you go to the Central Asian and the Chinese and the Mongolian areas, you can find that there is a very special skilled martial arts done in Buddhism. Probably that is in a way the reply to this non-violent Buddhism to that of a Buddhism which can defend itself. Probably it is there in the Mongolian and
The Chinese communist rulers also respect Kumar Jiva, the Kashmiri. Very tall statue of Kumar Jiva they have erected in Kucha province of Xinjiang province of Kucha. Kumar Jiva, tallest you can see in that valley. Tallest statue of Kumar Jiva they have erected.
Yes, that's true. Mota Sahab, let's now come to the medicine and the surgery. And Acharya Chadaka is also there, and we have many. We had many in Indian landscape. We have Dhanvantri. There are many people.
Chadaka is beyond any shade of doubt a Kashmiri.
Sushruta is also.
Sushruta is doubtful. Sushruta wrote on surgery. But
He was
Chadaka has done on medicine.
Father of medicine. Father of
Ayurveda. Basic person who gave causes of illness, sickness of human body, did anatomy, structure of the body, wrote medicines, wrote dosages, what are the dosha system, whatever they call it. So entire Ayurveda is based on Maharishi Charaka's Charak Samhita. So
Charak
if
Sahita.
Charaka is a Kashmiri, so there is no need to discuss further. Charaka has been established to be a Kashmiri. There is no doubt about it. Surishta,
yes.
some people say that he was from Gandhara. Some people say that he was from Nalanda. Not sure. Some people say from Kashmiri.
Even
But
that
he
is
gave,
for that is for Patanjali also. Patanjali also
yes.
they say that there are different Patanjalis and that one is Kashmiri
Charaka is the
and
father of medicine, father of Ayurveda, that in Indian medicine system.
and it certainly these two people, these great personalities, they ultimately built up this whole edifice of Ayurveda system of medicine,
Yes.
which was further researched over the centuries and together, and ultimately surgery, I am very much amazed about the surgery. I mean, plastic surgery they had in those times, you know.
Yes.
Sushata was very expert in plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery as well.
Yes.
This used to be done.
His work is based on, his Samhita is based on mostly on surgery.
So, what should we say about this? And I think, I don't know, this Ayurveda didn't go towards the northern side. It went towards the southern side and intermixed with the other Indian. We were all Indians probably.
Because
But
northern
it
side, with the arrival of Islam, we got the Unani medicine also.
Okay.
We
That's
got
true.
the Unani medicine also.
Unani, yes. Unani is a great, I mean, Unani was a great combination and
The Greek
that was an addition.
medicine. We got Unani medicine. Ayurveda also continued, but Unani also developed.
Unani also developed that evolution. It happens through synthesis. That's how this world, the entire civilization, the universal civilization, grows and develops and forgets and destroys and recreates, and that is the whole system. We missed on one point, that is about the music. We didn't talk about much about. Yeah.
The Veda of music is Sangeet Ratnakara. During the rule of Harsha, many people left Kashmir. Probably Sharang Deva's grandfather also left in that period. They went to south, sought asylum with a king, and Sharang Deva wrote a treatise on Carnatic music. It is considered as the Veda of music, not only of Carnatic music, but classical music. Sangeet Ratnakara, translated to 17 languages of the world. Sangeet Ratnakara. The author of Sangeet Ratnakara is none other than a Kashmiri, Sharang Deva.
Charnangadeva. That's a great. Yeah, Sharang Dev has a great contribution in Indian Gharana and classical music and Karnataka music.
Because Kashmir had a long history of music.
Yes.
The instruments that you see these days were not instruments of music in ancient and medieval times. When
Shatatantriya Veena, called Shatatantriya Veena.
we had Pataha,
Murjara.
Damru, Shankha. These are instruments of music.
Some of them are still remnant in some festivities of Kashmiri Pandits.
Kashmiris in ancient times and medieval times, Kashmiris used to enjoy music in sowing also, harvesting also, marriages also, spring season also, snowfall also. If you read Nilmata, you will see every activity began with music. There were 17 to 18 musical instruments.
Shamageet, peasant songs.
Yes. Some
Nandabirth is
Yes,
in a way,
yes.
it's a evolution of the same, synthesis.
Same
So what more? Should we talk about business? About
Whatever
the
you
Kesar,
want.
Shah, glass, paper?
I would like to say, add more for the knowledge of information for listeners, that many scriptures were created in Kashmir.
Yes,
Original scriptures
that's
were
very
created.
important. That's very important.
Many original scriptures Matsya Puran has come from Kashmir.
Matsya Puran, yes.
It is a Kashmiri Pandit who wrote this Matsya Puran. Vayu Purana has come from Kashmir. Padma Purana has come from Kashmir. Vishnu Purana has come from Kashmir. Yog Vasishtha, you know, Yog Vasishtha
Yoga Vasishtha.
is a when Sri Rama felt up, fed up with the world.
Hmm.
What should a person do? What is idealism? What should I do? What is the king's duty? What is the duty of a prince? He went to Prince Rishi Vasishtha. So
Yoga
Rishi
Vasishtha.
Vasishtha gave him a discourse, complete discourse, and transferred good knowledge to him so that he became Sri Rama. Maryada Purushottam, making of Sri Rama as Maryada Purushottam is Sri Vasishtha's job.
Contribution
What knowledge Vasishtha transferred to Sri Rama is given in your Yoga Vasishtha. There is a question from Sri Rama, there is an answer from Vasishtha. These Yoga Vasishtha question and answer session runs into thousands of, more than 30,000, 23,000, 27,000, sometimes 1 manuscript has 30,000 question answer. Second has 27,000. One Kashmiri Brahman reduced it, made it Lagu Yoga Vasishtha.
Lagu Yoga Vasishtha.
6,000. Purposeful question answer sessions. So the world is using Yoga Vasishtha that is created by Kashmiri Brahman.
You have the mention of Kashmir and the Katha Sarit Sagar also, and you have
Sangeet Ratnakara, Chitra Sutra, how to draw painting, how to draw women, how to draw portrait, how to draw bird, how to draw clouds, how the nose should look like, how the face should look like. The guidelines. They were given to Chitra Sutra by Kashmir. This book for Chitra Sutra forms a part of Avtar Mota Purana. It is clearly written by Kashmiri and added into the Vishnu Dharmotra Purana. So the science painting, science of art developed in Kashmir, and Kashmir gave to the world the Chitra Sutra. Nilmut Purana, you know, it's from Kashmir. Tarak Samhita, you know, from Kashmir. Bharat Samhita is from Kashmir. Vasuki Purana is from Kashmir. Somananda, Soma Deva Patha, who wrote Katha Sarit Sagra, he wrote Vasuki Purana. The Katha tradition of India developed in Kashmir. Kathas, fables and stories built
storytelling, art of storytelling.
Utna Mita Kavya, the eroticism comes from Kashmir. Even it is written by many scholars that the Koka Pandit, who has worked on erotics, belonged to Kashmir. Was a Kashmiri Brahmin.
Vatsalya and others.
Yes, Vatsalya not.
No, I mean to say, it has this communion with that. Vatsalya, what Vatsalya wrote.
Kesar is Kashmir's creation to the world, gift to the world. Kesar, it finds mention in all ancient texts.
Now slightly it is echoing. I feel now it's echoing slightly, yeah. Doesn't matter, it is going very well. And you are talking about Kashmir literature, original literature written in Kashmir. Let's talk about some more things about there, Kashmir.
Whatever you want to say, you ask. What you want to say.
No, I would like to say that Abhinav Gupta has a predominant.
I will say something more that there is a sculpture in SPS Museum, Srinagar.
Yes.
It is probably done. It's a stone sculpture, probably done in 9th or 10th century by some Kashmiri artist. It has Buddha's mother wearing red jewel. Then a scholar from Germany writes that he has seen two more sculptures belonging to 7th and 8th century that show Dejhur. How old is the Dejhur?
7th, 8th century, it is, I think, I mean, it should have remained, it should have been part of this Indic, because we all belong to that culture.
In Buddhist imagery, they show Dejur. They show Dejur. Buddhist sculpture, they are showing Buddha's mother with the Dejur.
And you have the ancient sculptures, you can see the skirts and the attires,
Yes,
Kashmiri attires, when you see the Harvan tiles and other runes and the attires, they have
yes,
the
yes.
skirts, the long skirts. And I doubt one thing, Avtarji, I doubt one thing, although we are trying to corroborate now that Farron is as ancient as the Purana, because I think that was Angavastra, that was slightly different. I don't think Farron is as old as the medieval times, as the prehistoric times attire. This is what I personally perceive. It has been
Exactly, it
added
is not
later
known,
on.
but Farron is not Para, as some people say. Farron has a definitely Sanskrit origin. It has a Sanskrit word. Farron is not
It's a Sanskrit
Parahan.
origin.
Yes, it exists in Kashmir even before the Muslim rule.
It existed. I mean, certainly. I mean, in
Yes.
Iran, we have the similar kind of an attire. Even you go to the Iran rural area, you have similar attire. So you talk about sculptures. Let's talk about sculptures. There are a lot of sculptures which are lying. I was there in US also, and I found a lot of Buddhist period sculptures, Kashmiri sculptures, and other sculptures. They are, I mean, the entire museumology of the world is being brimmed with this the Kashmiri, this old sculptures. So, what bearing does it have the Indic? Although it is similar, we have the Pujan. They are mostly the gods of Vishnu, of Shiva, of Buddha, and also the folklore of those times, the living peasants and the women and the ornaments. So, how do we see that in comparison with the Indic civilization, especially in those times? And
The sculptures that you talk about, I saw these sculptures in Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York. The biggest museum in US is Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York.
okay,
That has a separate section,
Metropolitan
Kashmir
Museum
section.
of Art, yeah.
On the first floor, you have Kashmir section. I will tell you two sculptures that I saw. I saw Goddess Sharda here, done in black stone.
Got a Sharda.
Goddess Sharda, done in black stone. It is lying in
Oh,
Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York. It is come. These things are coming in this book. Next year it will come. It will come. The Goddess Sharda, done in black stone, is lying in Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York.
right.
Then the crown of Queen Dida. Exactly, it is done in the Rajputana style. The crown is Rajputana style because they were Kshatris, Lohara kings, they were Kshatris. It is
And
done
they
in
were
Rajputana style. It is lying in Metropolitan Museum of New York, golden crown. They have written belonging to probably Avanti Varman, But I discussed with them, this is not an Avanti Varman period.
Post.
This is a Rajputana style diadem or crown. It certainly belongs to the missing diadem of Queen Didda. The history says that somebody stole Queen Didda's diadem after she died. It has traveled to that place. And so many things. The tiles of Harvan. You can see in
Harvan
the
tiles.
Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York. You find there. Pottery you find there. You find
Terracotta.
bronze.
Bronze.
The bronzes of Kashmir are running parallel with the bronzes of Chola period of South.
Oh,
Chola bronzes, very important bronzes, but you find that Kashmir bronzes also no less
they
in
are
their
of the
decor, no less in their presentation,
demeanor,
no
demeanor
less in
and
their
texture.
craftsmanship. Yes, no less in their craftsmanship. So Kashmir had a bronze sculpture industry as good as the Chola bronzes of South.
Although Cholas were the great rulers. Cholas. I mean, just.
But for knowing this, you have to have complete study. You must know what a Chola bronze. You can say this is running parallel with the Chola bronze.
No, I mean the empire. I was talking about the empire, not the
Yes,
cultural
yes,
and the
yes.
literary.
The art and culture they spread to the entire Asia. Cholas.
Cholas were
You
the,
you find you find Chola effect in the Southeast Asia. Entire Bali you find the bronze sculptures based on Chola.
Cholas.
They must have
Cholas.
sent the artists to Bali also. They must have sent their artists to Indonesia also.
And they
They
had
must
the
be
control on the. They
trading
had the
with
control. They had the.
Indonesia.
They had
They
the
must be
ship.
trading with them. Yes.
They had the the ship technology with them, and they used to travel through the seas, and I mean they were very. I mean that way.
One more thing. I saw a painting done by some Mongolian artist
Okay.
where Genghis Khan is shown holding a Trishula in his hand. Shiva's Trishula with a half moon on his head that Shiva has. You know, Genghis Khan was believing in Tengrism, type of
Tangrism is that is somewhere
animism.
identical.
Animism.
Animism that's identical to Hinduism, and
Tengri is a little another name of Shiva.
Tangri is another name of Shiva, and then
He lives in a mountain, very top of mountain. He uses a Trishula type of thing in his hand.
Trishula.
Tengri. Yes. He has a moon on his head.
And Genghis Khan and his grandson, what is his name also, the great warrior, they all
Kublai.
didn't.
Kublai Khan.
Yes. Kublai. And they refrained from traveling besides Tibet. They refrained from traveling. They never entered India. They considered it to be a very sacred land. You can see, I mean, their offshoots, the offshoots and their hybridization, which happened over the period of time, by cross hybridization happened between after the fights with other tribes in Iran and other places. They later on just conquered India, but the Kublai Khan and the Genghis Khan, they always considered it to be a very sacred land.
And one thing more, I will tell you. I saw some paintings done in Rome, ancient Rome. I saw some paintings done in Egypt, some paintings done by Pahari artists. In Egyptian paintings, you find the women wearing something like a shawl. In Roman
Yes.
paintings, you also find the women wearing something like a shawl. In the Pahari painting, there's a painting in Philadelphia Museum that shows Sita throwing her shawl as a signal to Hanumana that I am here from Ashok Vatika. So that
Ashok Vatika.
Hanuman recognizes that Sita is here, she brings Sri Rama and they attack Ravana. That means shawl is not a product of Kashmir. Embroidery is certainly Kashmiri. Shawl existed in the world much before ancient
So,
times. Shawl is. But you can come to know these things only when you visit sea. Come out of sea museum, see the world.
when you explore. I think, Avtarji, I was coming down to this thing. Let's go to the invertendo now, invertendo phenomenon. Let us see that many things which the Indic civilization had, it had fragmented. I mean, of course, we had small kingdoms, but the civilization was Indic. Even it was up to the Central Asia at one point of time. Kashmir, there are many inflows from the rest of the world, and especially the Indian subcontinent, to Kashmir also.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk a bit about that also. I know today's topic is the different one, but yet we'll contribute to the
certainly.
listeners'
The biggest
knowledge.
thing that came from India to Kashmir is Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism.
Mahayana.
A saint, a mendicant, a philosopher from Varanasi landed in Kashmir. His name was Majantika. He gave the Mahayana Buddhism, and then Kashmiris left no stone unturned to spread it in the entire Asia.
Entire Asia.
Central Asia most certainly. Second,
Malaysia, China, Tibet, and all
yes,
places.
everywhere across the Pamirs, they went everywhere. They were everywhere. They carried it. They went up to South Korea. They went to Japan. I told you
Far
the
East.
Siddham script. I told you the Seoul. Tyagabhadra
Seoul.
went to South Korea, and he is the person who named the Seoul. Then Shaivism came from. It changed its color, became Kashmiri Shaivism. But with Adi Shankara came Shaivism from India to Kashmir.
Dwait,
A new concept.
Advait,
Yes.
Shaivism. But I think much before, if we go to the very ancient periods and mythological periods, we can say that even the Trikashastra, which is basically, they say that Triambakeshwar, the third one of
It is
Durvasa.
the latest finding that Trikashastra came from Trambakeshwar.
Trambakeshwara. And the Manasputra, he stopped doing Manasputra. The will, by his own will, they used to create the Manasputra for generations together. But somewhere down the line, he lost that particular, that blessings. And then he settled down in Kashmir. He married a local Kashmiri lady, and then the story goes on, and then the Trikashastra and its development, further development.
Two people have written it that Trika of Kashmir has come from Trambakeshwar, but not conclusively established. There needs some research. But Kashmir has given a new concept to Shaivism. Altogether different. Immense contribution. They developed over.
Kashmir has been, I can say that in those times it was a Silicon Valley. I mean, people came here, they meditated it was blessed land. They meditated and they got amazing understandings about the universe and the sciences and the spiritual sciences and other things. So it was evident that naturally, even if it came from Trivakeshwar, but its development into the basin of Kashmir, its piety would be certainly very, very amazing. And that's why it is known as Kashmir Shivashas. And I was very amazed. Recently, a scholar called me up. He was asking me to come down to this. Karan Singh was that Kashinath Zadu had translated that Spanish classic in those times into English, into Hindi and Sanskrit. So nobody knew about it, so that was to be inaugurated. He told me that, one thing about Swami Lakshman you were talking. He said that E is equal to mc square, the atomic theory, which that somewhere down the line, Lakshmanju has directed it to the Western world and told that here it is the parity in Kashmir Shaivism, how it was created, something like that. So I was very much amazed because we never knew about this. He talked about some propagandists also who want to defame and this Kashmir Shaivism, but it's a science on its own. It is developed on its own, but it is not spread. That's unfortunate. But yet it is something which we need to be reckoned with because it is something which is very original. With that,
something I need to tell something more.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
The Indian concept of Bhumi Shobha, Grah Shobha and Dwar Shobha. It finds mention in Nilmata. It came from the Indian scriptures in Kashmir. Bhumi Shobha means Buddha Kroon. This
Vyug.
On auspicious Vyug, we draw on marriages, Kashmiri Pandits draw Vyug. Decorate the earth, that is Bhumi Shobha. This is mentioned in Nilmata Purana, but basically it is an Indian, come from Indian scriptures.
Dwar Puja.
We decorate the house, paint the house, decorate the house, clean the house on festivities. And Dwar Shobha, we draw the Krool. It has come from the Indian scriptures. It is done in the rest of the country also.
I think, Avtarji, if we further divulge, we can see, I have been studying it very long as a matter of interest, not as a matter of scholar, that there are similarities in Kashmiri Pandit, old Kashmiri traditions and the Iranian traditions. There are certain things, many Iranian, which Iranian, much before Zoroastrian time and that time.
There are certain
Navroz, many other things. I have seen smaller tidbits here and there. So we can't close our mind to this analogy as well, that this was a spread.
Yeah. Another thing important that came from India is the Samagana of Samaveda.
Samaveda.
We sing Vanun, Henze. We sing. What is this
Henze,
Henze? What is this? This is the Vedic chanting. Samagana.
Vedic.
That has
It's a
come from
pure.
Vedas. Yes.
It's pure.
You see a South Indian marriage, they also meant this Samagana is done here. When it came to Kashmir, they adopted it. When Islam came to Kashmir, it got bifurcated. We say Shuklam Bardram Vaishnav. Shuklam Bardram. Henze Shuklam Bardram. We start with the name of the God. Bhagavati Anjam Uniye. We start like this. The Muslims made it a little different because they retained it. They also retained Samagana.
The origin was the same. Yeah.
They have retained Samagana. Bismillah Karit Hamoy Van Uniye. Sahiban Anjam Uniye. Then they start one. So they did it in their own way, changed it because the religion had changed, but they didn't change the culture. The Samagana Manvam that is existing in Kashmir is a gift from Samaveda, Samagana. Second thing is the Indian concept of Atithi Devo Bhava is visible in our alat. When anybody comes to our house, since there was winter, we didn't have fresh flowers, we do a puja, we think that Shiva has come to our house. And then we tell them to come in. So, come inside, we have to do your alat.
But it is the Indian tradition. It is in the.
It is Indian tradition. That you told me to say reverse.
Yeah.
The puja, the sacred trees concept that prevails in India, like the bargat tree, like the people tree, like the banana tree, like the mango tree, bale tree, tulsi tree. We have walnut tree, we have chinar tree, we have bran, elm. We say bran is a Vishnu.
Done.
We have Dedarti. We have a temple in Gurgaon side Devsar, where Devdar trees are worshipped. So this also came from India. The Purusharthas, concept of Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, that came from India, that was applied in Kashmir also. Then
Anyway, it was a.
we had in Kashmir the caste, not caste system, not the rigid caste system. We had castes who were the advisors to king, who would do official job, who would do clerical job. We have Banyas traders. We had Rajtarni says that there was a Banya from Avtar in Kashmir. Banyas became Vanija, Banya became Wani. Wani caste of Kashmiris is a Banya, is a trader.
Even
We had
later
Lavanya,
on,
Margpatis, like Margpatis of India, infantry soldiers of Indian kings. They became Magres in Kashmir.
Marbe. And we had the Jainism also in Kashmir. I heard that.
Yes, we had Jainism also. Jainism.
But that is completely extincted now.
Then
There's no sign.
observing time by the movement of sun.
Yes,
This was also practiced in Kashmir. It's a long subject. We had elephants in the infantry. Kashmiri many kings maintained elephant. Like the Indian kings maintained, Kashmiri kings also maintained. Pan came to India from the Kashmiri kings called it Tambula, Nagarkhanda. But Pan came to Kashmir. All vegetables came from India. But we had only Han, Wapalhak, Bumb, Shalgam,
Gogage.
and Muli. All the rest vegetables, they came from
They
Kashmir.
came from the plains of India.
Sugar came from plains, spices came from plains, salt came from plain. As I told you, shawl weaving is not from Kashmir. It is as ancient as human civilization. We had best shawl weavers in Kullu, Manali, Chhattisgarh. In Nagaland, I saw shawl. 1,000
Basodi
years
also
old
we have.
shawl industry.
Basodi also we have this tradition. Yes,
So
that is.
certainly these things come to my mind.
So we'll just go for a quick photo tour. Then we'll like to conclude with your poem "I am a Kashmiri Pandit," which is yes, I am a Kashmiri Pandit. हाँ मैं कश्मीरी पंडित हूँ. एक छोटा सा photo tour लेते हैं. And because today, yeah. So this is Mota Saab in his own stride, and I think is going somewhere. And where is it?
This is the Museum of Modern Art, New York.
Modern art, New York.
This is in Bali, Indonesia.
Bali, yeah. This
Ubud.
is the architecture. Yeah.
Yes, it's a temple.
And this is our book, you know.
This is book.
This is where?
This is Mr. Kamath. He's chairman, Punjab National Bank.
Okay, your banking colleagues.
Yes, banking. This is the banking photo. This is on the bank of Hudson River.
Hansa, which river?
Hudson River.
Acha, Hudson.
That
Oh,
divides Jersey, New Jersey, and New York.
okay.
Two states it divides. This is in the hall where Mona Lisa is housed.
Are
Louvre
great.
Museum, Paris.
What's so
Blue,
great
they
about
call it
Mona
blue.
Lisa? What's so great about Mona Lisa? One word, in a lighter vein. In a lighter vein, if you can. Okay.
Yes. This is the grave of Jean Paul Sartre.
Jain Paul Sartre. Wow.
Yeah, this is at his grave. There's a custom. You throw the metro tickets on his grave. I'm looking for the tickets, ensuring that I don't throw the return tickets. I'm throwing my tickets on the grave. People
This is a
throw tickets
tradition?
on the. There's a tradition there, I saw.
Jain Paul Sartre. And here, I think it's
This is
award.
Tamapa Award.
Okay. This must be some function.
This is some private photograph. This is again Hudson River.
Hudson. This is some grocery shop. No,
This is in New York, Halal Guys.
Halal guys.
Middle East shop, chicken. This is the
PNB
bank
team.
photo. Yes, PNB team.
I can see Vijay Suri's son also there.
Yes, Vijay Suri's son is there. Vivek.
Vivek is there.
This is my book.
Yeah, I had some photographs. I thought to make a quick tour.
This is the Panyar
Anya.
honoring
Anya
ceremony.
Ved Gai?
Which Ved Kumari Gai, Dr. Ved Kumari Gai.
I think this is Babiji or yourself?
Yes.
Your grandkid.
Yes, my grandkid.
हाँ
This is Kashmir.
वहाँ ले आए अपनी जगह हम अपने
अवंतीपुरा।
वतन की ओर अवंतीपुर
This is Met Museum, New York. This is inside Met Museum. This is my mother, my sister.
your mother and sister.
This is Met Museum.
Beautiful. I think there is a statue of this
Greek
is a
goddess.
woman. A Greek goddess.
This is in the entry. This is with Khalid Hussain, my friend, Punjabi writer.
Khalid Hussain. He was on my show once.
This is a university in New York, library.
I found lot many sculptures,
Cafe di
Buddhist
Flore.
sculptures.
Cafe de Flore, where Jean Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, they used to visit.
Okay.
Outside Cafe de Flore, Paris. This is with Farooq Nazki.
Nazki Sahab. Huh?
This is Boston.
You are compiling up your world tours.
Yes. This is book. My book, Tulip and
The Lips
Snowstorm.
and the Snowstorm.
This is
Landscape
another
and the
book.
Land.
Biography of Bansi Parmo.
Mansu Parmio Sahab. Yeah.
This is with Ranavari delegation. They had gone to
Why is this man sitting and rest all are
Chief
standing?
Secretary.
Is he
He is
handicapped?
Hasrat Gada.
I know. Sahirichi behet, Sahirichi khada the vichar se behet. Khabar badao health reason much uske.
Maybe he was already there that day. This is outside the house of this Albert Einstein
Oh,
in
wonderful.
Princeton University. My visit to Princeton University.
That's so great. Wonderful, wonderful, sir. We had a nice photo tour. This is your grandchildren
Grandchildren, yes.
from both sons, their daughters.
No, both daughters.
Arey, wonderful. That's so beautiful. With that, we like to just go for. I will not allow you to go unless and until you tell about that widely published poem of yours. मैं कश्मीरी पंडित हूँ in English in United States of America. And
I
other
will
places.
read it. Read the English translation done by me. It's a little bigger point will take time. The poem is I am a Kashmiri Pandit. Yes, I am a Kashmiri Pandit, the descendant of Kalhana, Bilhana, Vasugupta, Mamata, Abhinav Gupta, Anandvardhana, Utpal Deva, Shem Raja, Vamana, Rudrata, Udbata, Somadeva, Jonaraja, and Sivara. Tell me, didn't I spread the message of Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami when I crossed the Himalayas, the Pamir, and the Hindu Kush? Go check up. You will find my story in bulk, Bamiyan, Taklamakan, and even in Palmyra. In the sacred texts of Korea, China, Tibet, and Mongolia, in the Siddham script of Japan,
Beautiful.
in the Bodhi script of Tibet, in the wall painting of Kizil, Miran, Turfan, and Kucha. Go check up. You will find my story. Didn't I decorate the monasteries of Alchi, Lhasa, Tholing, Mangnag with colors and sacred images? These museums spread the world over, display the art, magic, and skill of my hands. Go check up. Buried in the dust of Gilgit, Swat, and Kandahar, the idols, the sculptures, and the sutras reveal my civilizational imprints. Go check up. In the Kuka, Xinjiang Valley of China, tall stands Kumar Jiva, my ancestor. Go check up. Oh, tormentor, after ordering that I should leave my motherland, why do you repeatedly keep saying, why don't you return? To live in those houses which have been brought for a penny under duress, in the houses that no longer belong to me, or the houses plundered or burnt under a plan, plundered by those who never stop saying, Kalhana never existed, Raj Tarang is a bundle of lies, Laldad, Arnimal, Shreyabat, Rupa Bhavani were created from imagination, just mythical characters who never existed. The temple ruins in the length and breadth of the valley are a result of a massive earthquake. No sultan ever indulged in temple demolition activity.
Wow.
Demolish the entrance of my house. Break these doors, windows, plunder what I left behind, put it on fire, or be a broker, run after me, visit my oven-like tented camp in Jammu, in other cities, browbeat me, pressurize me, use every craft and tact to rob me of my house, my land, my farm, and my belongings. My brass, my bronze, my idols, my illuminated manuscripts, my books, my artifacts, and sacred paintings, loot them and put them to auction in the city's bazaar. My past history, wash it clean. To the museums of Europe, sell the residues of my civilizational past. Even earn as much as you can through these sales. But listen, my being shall sprout out from every place, from the foundations of your new mansions, in the soil of my motherland, in every habitation, in every desolation, under the riverbeds, deep buried in the layers of the sand, hidden and buried in the field. In every ruin of this valley lies hidden my story. Take courage to check up. Catch me for I dare to say truth. Call me an informant. Kill me. Slice me on the bandsaw. And see from every vein, from every pore, in the guise of Uma, only river Vitasta shall spring forth. And before this Atman merges into the Brahman, I need to say this to Mahadeva, to this land of Kashmir, to the dust of which are mingled my great-grandfather, my father, my grandfather, all my elders, my ancestors. Give greenery. I am wishing to Shiva, give greenery, enough water, both underground and overground, so that none remains thirsty. May the trees of this land bear ripe fruit. May there be abundance of crops in its fields. May this land be always full of flower. But Mahadeva, O Umapati, take back Mother Parvati to Kailasha. Now in this land, nobody knows Nilkanta. Nobody knows Gauri. To this day, O Mahadeva, your one form, stone linga of the Shiva temple of my Ranavari, is unable to get bail and lies in the dark cell in the custody of the police.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Avtarji. You came. It was a great delight. We were really enlightened by all your knowledge, rather wisdom, and many layers have been opened up. Although scope of this program is limited within the time constraints, but yet again this conversation will continue. And
Thank you.
at the end, a very wonderful poem. Any word you want to say about Sheetalnath conversations and the people?
Excellent program, excellent knowledge spread.
Thanks.
Very positive program.
Thank
I wish more people to join it, more intellectuals to join it, and spread right information, spread the truth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Avtarji. All the best. Best wishes.
Thank you.
So that was Avtar Mota ji. So you can see that we had a very threadbare discourse, conversation about the Indic, the Kashmir and its bearing on the Indic civilization. And at the end, he spoke a very emotional poem. And I would like to conclude today's show with this couplet of Nida Fazili. ये सब इत्तिफाकात का खेल है, यही है जुदाई, यही मेल है. मैं मुड़ कर देखा किया दूर तक, मैं मुड़ में के देखा दूर तक, बनी वो खामोशी सदा देर से. सजा दिन भी रोशन हुई रात भी, बरे जाम लगड़ाई बरसात भी, रहे साथ कुछ ऐसे हालात भी, जो होना था जल्दी हुआ देर से. भटकती रही यूं ही हर बंदगी, मिली न कहीं से कोई रोशनी, छुपा था कहीं बीड़ में आदमी, हुआ मुझ में रोशन खुदा देर से. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. We'll meet for another program on another weekend. Thanks a lot. Good night. Best wishes to everyone.